My child, stop scrolling. Lean in. What you are about to hear is not just another message. It is my divine interruption in the timeline of your life. This is not by chance. I have drawn you here with purpose, because where you stand right now is not where I intend to leave you. You've been questioning the ground beneath your feet. You've asked, how did I get here? Am I still in your will? And I say to you, now look where you stand. Not with shame, not with fear, but with holy clarity. Because in these words, I am going to reveal where you've been, where you are, and where I'm calling you next. This message is a mirror, a compass, a fire, all in one. It will expose the lies you've believed, unearth the foundations beneath your feet, and reignite what the enemy tried to extinguish. But only if you stay. Do not treat this lightly. The enemy wants you distracted. He wants you to scroll past this moment, to ignore what I'm about to reveal. But if you turn away now, you may miss the one word that could shift your entire destiny. So I say this with love, but with fire. Listen to the very end. Do not move until I am finished. Your future is not behind you. It's waiting in the next breath of this message. This is your moment of divine reckoning, a sacred unveiling of your position, your purpose, and your next command. Now stay with me and watch what happens when I show you where you truly stand. My child, come close. Let me remind you of a truth older than the stars. Before your lungs drew breath, before your mother whispered your name, before the foundations of the earth were set in place, I knew you. I knew the curve of your smile, the strength hidden in your tears, the fire I would kindle in your bones. I saw you in eternity's womb, and I formed you with my own hands, not hastily, not by chance, but with holy intention. You are not a mistake. You are not an afterthought. You are my masterpiece. I etched your identity into the marrow of creation. I wrote your name into the book that never fades, sealed with my love and covered in the ink of eternal purpose. Every heartbeat, every breath, every detail of your being was designed by me. You carry my fingerprint in your soul. My spirit whispered over your forming frame, and my voice sang over your sleeping shape. Even before you could cry out for me, I was already loving you, waiting for you, planning beauty for your days. I did not toss you into time like a leaf in the wind. No, I placed you precisely. You were planted in your generation like a seed sown by the hand of eternity. You walk paths I foresaw, meet battles I prepared you for, and carry answers I have hidden in you for this exact hour. You are not wandering through randomness. You are moving through my foreknowledge. Every step you take is known by me, and every stumble is caught in my mercy. Do not doubt this. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. My angels rejoiced the day you were conceived. Heaven watched with awe as I formed your mind, your heart, your gifts. I whispered dreams into your spirit. Some you have chased, others you have buried. But nothing I placed within you is wasted. Even in the wilderness, I am watering the seeds of my design. So I say to you now, look where you stand. This moment in your life is not a result of mere choices or consequences. It is a continuation of a divine plan I authored before the dawn. You are standing in the center of my knowing. I have seen your future, and I have called it good. I have already made a way through the places that frighten you. I have already made provision for what you lacked. I have written hope into the days you have not yet lived. Breathe, my child. Feel me near. Your life was never random. Your existence is no accident. Your being carries the weight of my glory. So lift your head. Walk with the dignity of one who was chosen by God before time began. When you question your worth, remember, I set the stars in place, but I chose to dwell in you. Where the world forgets your name, remember, I wrote it into forever. Now, step into this truth. I have always known you. I have always wanted you. I have always loved you. And I always will. Where are you, my child? Not merely in location, not only in circumstance, but in spirit. Where are you? Are you walking in the light, or have you let the shadows become your home? Have you grown so used to survival that you've forgotten the sound of my voice? Pause now. Look within. I am not asking you for my sake. I know where you are. I ask for yours, so that you may see yourself through the lens of truth and not deception. Come into awareness. Let the fog lift. Let the veil tear. When I walked through Eden in the cool of the day and called to Adam, "Where are you?" It wasn't because I could not see him. It was because he no longer saw himself rightly. He had stepped out of communion, out of confidence, out of the covering of my presence. And now I ask you that same question. Where are you? Have you wandered into distractions? Have the voices of the world become louder than mine? Have you let shame cloak your steps, convincing you to hide from the one who formed you? Don't turn away, turn inward. Let truth pierce through the noise. I am shining a light not to condemn, but to awaken. I want you to see clearly. I want you to name the distance, not so you drown in it, but so you can begin to walk back toward me. You don't have to fix everything before you come. You just have to be honest. You just have to respond. You have measured yourself by flawed standards, compared your journey to others, looked at timelines that were never mine. And in doing so, you've wearied your soul. But I never called you to the world's version of success. I called you to faithfulness, to intimacy, to alignment with me. I called you to walk with me, not to run ahead or lag behind. I know the way. I am the way. So take inventory now. Examine not just your hands, but your heart. Have you drawn near, or have you allowed distance to grow? Do not pretend. Do not pacify your ache with activity. Bring your heart to me. Bring your truth. Let my spirit search the hidden rooms of your soul. Let my word be your mirror, not the opinion of others, not the failures that haunt you, not the masks you wear to appear strong. You do not need to hide. I already know, and still, I love you. I invite you to return, not to performance, but to presence. Come out of the shadows. Step into my gaze. You are not lost. You are being found. You are not forsaken. You are being called by name. Where are you, my child? I'm right here, closer than your breath, waiting not to scold, but to restore. Come, let's walk together again. Look down, my child. Do you know the ground upon which you stand? It is not ordinary. It is not soft soul untouched by suffering. No, this ground is holy, blood-stained, war-torn, and yet victorious. You stand not by chance, but because heaven fought for you. The ground beneath your feet has been purchased with the blood of my Son, secured by the cries of angels, sealed by the power of the cross. Do not take it lightly. You did not arrive here by luck or merit. You are not standing in grace because you earned it. You are here because I made a way, through nails, through thorns, through unspeakable pain and unstoppable love. My Son laid down his life to raise you up from the pit. Every drop of blood declared, "This child is mine." Every lash on his back tore through your condemnation. Every shout from Calvary echoed into eternity, sealing your right to stand redeemed. Hell trembled the moment you believed. The gates of darkness shook when my spirit marked you as my own. You may not have felt it, but a war was won the day your soul said yes to me. The enemy lost ground he thought he owned. Chains shattered. Bondages broke. And from that moment, you have walked not in defeat, but in the triumph of my Son. But child, hear me. This ground is not to be taken for granted. It is ground soaked in blood and thunder. It has been wrestled from the grip of darkness. Angels warred for your deliverance. Prayers were sown into the soil of your life, some by you, many by those you've never met. I myself have declared you worthy of this place. You stand in grace because I stood in wrath. You are accepted because my Son was rejected. You are free because he was bound. So plant your feet. Don't let the enemy convince you to retreat. Don't forget what was paid for your position. This is not borrowed land. It is your inheritance. You are not trespassing. You belong here. The cross did not just save you. It positioned you. The resurrection did not just open heaven. It empowered your today. Declare it now. I stand on ground fought for by God himself. Refuse to be moved by guilt, by shame, by fear. His ground is stable, eternal, unshakable. When the winds come, stand firm. When doubt whispers, dig deeper. When temptation pulls, remember the price. I gave everything so you could stand freely, boldly, fully love. The enemy wants you to forget. I want you to remember. You are not merely standing. You are standing in victory. And this ground shall not be lost. My child, come out of hiding. Step out of the shadows that have cloaked your soul for too long. You were never meant to live in secret pain, secret shame, secret struggles. I am the light, and in me there is no darkness at all. So let me expose, not to destroy you, but to deliver you. The enemy thrives in secrecy, but I thrive in truth. And where my truth shines, freedom begins. You have tucked away pieces of your heart, fearing rejection. You've worn masks to survive. You've pretended to be whole when inside, parts of you were bleeding. But I see beyond the facade. I see what others overlook. I know what you hide, and I still call you mine. You don't need to cover yourself from me. My love covers what your shame cannot. Stand in the light. Confess not with fear, but with courage. Let my healing begin where your hiding ends. I do not shame, I restore. I do not expose to humiliate. I illuminate to resurrect. My spirit is gentle but bold, piercing through every lie you've believed about who you are. When you bring your wounds into my light, I begin to pour oil and wine upon them. I begin to turn ashes into beauty. The shadows will whisper, stay hidden. But I whisper louder, come forth. You were made to walk in the light as I am in the light. You were created to reflect my holiness, to radiate my truth, to shine with the brilliance of one who knows they are loved without conditions. Let go of the guilt that clings. Let go of the silence that suffocates. Let go of the fear that says, if they knew me, they would walk away. I already know you, and I have never walked away. I move toward you, not from you. I move with compassion, not condemnation. My arms are open. My light is warm. My presence is safe. So rise, child of the light. Walk boldly into the day. Let your life be a beacon, not a burden. Speak honestly. Love freely. Worship openly. Confess when you fall, knowing I lift quickly. The light does not make you perfect. It makes you pure. It burns away what cannot remain. It fills the spaces that once held secrets and replaces them with sacred joy. You no longer belong in the shadows. You never did. Now stand tall, uncovered, and unashamed. I have called you into light, and that is where you will thrive. Listen to me now. The world has spoken over you, but I did not authorize those words. Labels have been stuck to your soul like chains. Failure, too late, not enough, forgotten, but I did not write those names upon you. I am the one who named you before your first cry. I called you my beloved, my chosen, my treasure. What I declare over you is unshakable, eternal, higher than every human verdict. The world may try to define you by your weakness, but I have marked you by my strength. You are not abandoned, you are adopted. You are not rejected, you are redeemed. I know what you've done, but I also know who you are. And the two are not the same. You are not the product of your past. You are the evidence of my promise. You are not the sum of what they said. You are the living proof of what I've spoken. Do not anchor your identity in fleeting opinions. Anchor it in my eternal word. Let every false title fall. Let every lie be silenced. Your identity is not up for negotiation. You bear my image. My spirit dwells within you. My authority covers you. I did not create you to shrink beneath criticism or collapse under the weight of comparison. I made you to rise with purpose, to walk with dignity, to reflect the light of my glory in every place your feet touch. So lift your head, straighten your back. You are royalty in my kingdom, not a beggar hoping for scraps. You sit at my table, not outside the gate. You carry divine blood in your spiritual veins. You may have believed the enemy's lies for so long that truth feels foreign. But hear me, your worth does not rise and fall with performance. It does not shift with public approval. It is anchored in my covenant with you. And I do not break what I bind. You were not created to be tolerated. You were created to be celebrated in the courts of heaven. I delight in you. I rejoice over you with singing. I watch you with joy, not disappointment. Let me reintroduce you to yourself. You are a warrior wrapped in grace. You are a vessel of wisdom and wonder. You are powerful, even when you feel weak. You are seen when you feel invisible. You are essential, even when you feel replaceable. My child, you matter more than you know. Not because of what you do, but because of who you are to me. Now receive this charge. Do not walk another day in the costume the world gave you. Wear the robe I've placed upon your shoulders. Speak as one who carries heaven. Move as one who knows they are deeply loved. Believe what I say about you more than what anyone else does. You are mine, and that identity will never be revoked. My child, do not walk away now. I have only begun to unveil what heaven is crying to release into your spirit. If you stop here, you will miss the very answer you've been asking me for in silence. It would grieve my heart to watch you turn from the invitation I have personally prepared for you. I am not calling you to curiosity, I am calling you to transformation. So stay. Honor what I am pouring into your soul. This moment is holy. There was a time, my child, when your heart burned like a lamp in the temple, pure, passionate, unashamed. You rose with praise on your lips and slept with my name echoing through your dreams. You sought me not out of need alone, but out of love. You sang to me when no one else was watching. You poured out your worship when no one was applauding. You had nothing to prove and everything to give. And I was there, drinking in your devotion like incense from the altar. But slowly, distractions crept in. The fire that once danced in your chest began to flicker. Not all at once, but gradually, subtly. You got busy. You got tired. You got winded. And the passion that once surged like a river was reduced to a silent trickle. I saw it happen, not with anger but with aching. I saw you trade encounters for obligations. You stopped coming to the secret place. You began living on yesterday's flame, forgetting that today's battle needs fresh fire. And yet, I do not come to accuse, I come to awaken. I call you not into regret, but into remembrance. Look back, not to mourn, but to measure. You were made for the mountain, but you settled in the valley. You were called to intimacy, but you've grown used to distance. Return to me. Come up again. Let conviction stir what comfort has silenced. Your fall is not fatal, but ignoring it is. I don't want your rituals, I want your heart. I don't need your perfection, I long for your presence. Come back to the garden, to the quiet, to the place where we walked as friends. You may feel unworthy, but I have clothed you in righteousness. You may feel ashamed, but I washed that shame in the blood of the Lamb. You may feel too far gone, but I'm closer than ever, whispering, return. Let me rebuild what compromise has torn down. Let me restore the years you think are lost. Let me reignite what once burned within you. The same God who met you on the mountaintop is calling you there again. This time, deeper. This time, stronger. This time, forever. Do not run from this invitation. Do not cover your ears to the whisper of conviction. It is not meant to crush you. It's meant to call you home. So rise. Climb again. Pray again. Weep if you must, but do not stay in ashes. Your first love awaits. My arms are open. The oil is ready. The flame is still alive. And I, your God, am not finished with you. Now pause, my child. Before you take another step, examine what lies beneath your feet. What are you truly standing on? Is it my word or shifting human reasoning? Are your convictions rooted in scripture or in sentiments that change with the season? The storms that come do not build character. They reveal it. And what is hidden under your feet will soon be tested by wind, fire, and flood. To look cozy. Your future depends on it. I gave you a rock, not sand. I gave you unshakable truth, not temporary comfort. My word is not a suggestion. It is the only sure foundation in a collapsing world. I do not want your life to be built on borrowed beliefs or recycled religion. I want you rooted, grounded, deeply anchored in me. The opinions of culture will shift. Emotions will betray you. But I remain faithful, eternal, unmoved. Ask yourself, is your confidence in your plans or in my presence? Have you built your identity on applause or on alignment with my spirit? Have you settled for shallow wells when I offer rivers that run deep? I call you now to test every beam, inspect every pillar. If it was not built by me, it will not withstand the storm. Let your roots go deep into my truth. Let your faith be more than feelings. Let obedience become your architecture. Do not be content with surface-level faith that looks impressive but crumbles under pressure. I desire endurance, not empty spectacle. I desire holiness, not hollow praise. This is not a call to panic. It is a call to prepare. Build wisely. Dig deep. Secure your soul in my promises. And when the rain falls, and it will, your house will not fall. Others may collapse. The proud may fall. But you, planted on me, will remain. Examine the hidden things. Bring me your fears. Reveal the cracks. I do not condemn what is exposed. I restore it. I will reinforce your foundation with wisdom. I will replace broken stones with truth. I will strengthen your frame with grace. But you must first let me rebuild. Do not settle for shallow faith when I offer you eternal strength. Do not depend on temporary structures to weather eternal battles. Anchor yourself, my child. Stand on what is solid. Stand on what is mine. And when the shaking comes, you will not be moved. You were not born into this generation by mistake. I did not miscalculate the year that would shape you, nor did I overlook the challenges you would face. You were divinely appointed for this moment, placed with precision on the timeline of history, equipped for an hour that requires courage, clarity, and consecration. Look around you. Darkness grows thicker, deception runs deeper, fear moves faster. And yet, here you are, breathing, walking, carrying my spirit inside your frame like a torch in the night. I did not merely call you to survive this season. I anointed you to transform it. I gave you gifts tailored for this time. I buried treasures inside of you that only now are beginning to rise. The cries you've never heard are the ones your life was designed to answer. The battles you face are the very battlegrounds I have already secured in your name. This is not the wrong time. This is your time. Do not shrink back when the hour calls for boldness. Do not excuse yourself when I have included you. I have not asked you to be perfect. I have called you to be present, faithful, surrendered. You say, why me? And I say, because I trust you with this weight. You carry solutions not because you are strong, but because I am with you. You shine not because you are flawless, but because my light cannot be hidden in a surrendered vessel. Lift your eyes and see. This is not just another day. This is a divine assignment. The world needs your voice, your wisdom, your warfare. Every scar on your soul is now a testimony I will use to heal others. Every tear you've cried has watered the ground of breakthrough. Every delay has prepared you. Every detour has refined you. You are not behind. You are exactly where I want you, on the edge of destiny. So step forward now. Walk into the calling. Embrace the pressure, for pressure produces power. Let go of what disqualified you in the past. I am not consulting your failures to determine your future. I see you fully, and I still say go. I am not waiting for a better version of you to emerge. I chose you as you are, because I see what you do not yet see, your future, wrapped in my glory. This hour is urgent. The harvest is ready. The time is now. Do not delay your obedience. Do not silence your gifts. Speak with boldness. Love with intensity. Live with holy resolve. I have entrusted this moment to you because I trust what I placed in you, and I will not fail to complete the work I have begun. You were not overlooked. You were not late. You were called. You are chosen. You are appointed for such a time as this. You have felt isolated, haven't you? As though your struggle is uniquely yours. As though no one could possibly understand the weight you carry. You have stared into silent rooms and wondered if anyone sees you. You have worshipped through weeping and still walked away feeling invisible. But I tell you now, look around. You are not alone. The enemy has tried to convince you otherwise, but that voice is a lie. I have surrounded you with a cloud of witnesses, saints who have run their race, interceding for you from eternity's balcony. I have placed my spirit within you, not as a visitor, but as a constant presence. He is your comforter, your counselor, your advocate, your strength. You have never once cried alone. Every tear had been caught, every groan interpreted, every sigh recorded in my book of remembrance. The body of Christ, your spiritual family, is not perfect, but it is yours. They carry parts of me that you cannot hold alone. Do not isolate yourself when I've created you for communion. Do not suffer in silence when I've placed help within reach. Reach for my people. Risk vulnerability. Allow love to find you again through others. I meet you in the embrace of the ones I've assigned to your journey. The enemy knows this, that isolated sheep are vulnerable prey. That's why he works so hard to disconnect you, to offend you, to deceive you into believing that withdrawal is safer than connection. But healing flows through community. Restoration begins with unity. I never meant for you to be a lone warrior. Even my son walked with 12. Even the strongest need someone to lean on. So open your eyes to the ones I've sent. You're not alone in your faith, your questions, your longing. Others are wrestling with similar giants. Others are carrying torches in the dark, just like you. And when your flame grows weak, their fire can warm your soul. You were never designed to carry every burden alone. That is why I gave you my spirit, and that is why I gave you each other. Do not mistake loneliness for abandonment. You have never been abandoned. I have walked beside you in every silent hallway, stood over you while you slept, and spoken to you through people you didn't even know were sent by me. You are surrounded by love, by power, by truth. But now, you must choose to see it. You must choose to engage. Step out of isolation. Silence the shame. Let yourself be found. I am in the middle of every gathering. I am in the quiet of every heartfelt prayer. I am in the hand that reaches for yours. You are part of something greater, something unbreakable. My church, my bride, my body, this is where you belong. So come home to community. Hambat Ganetian. You are not meant to walk this road alone, and you never have. You've questioned the pace, haven't you? You've wondered if your prayers are echoing in a void, if your waiting has been in vain. You've walked and wondered if you've made any progress at all. But I tell you now, my child, you are closer than you think. Your breakthrough is not behind you. It is not out of reach. It is standing just beyond the next step of faith. Do not judge your journey by what you feel. Feelings are fragile. They are waves that rise and fall, but my promises are immovable. You are not led by emotion. You are led by my spirit. Every weary footstep, every whispered prayer, every act of obedience in the unseen have been building toward this moment. I see you pressing through pain. I see you choosing faith when doubt screams louder. And I say this now with clarity. You are on the edge of fulfillment. Hold on. You may not see the full picture yet, but I do. You are walking through the final stretch of the wilderness. The finish line is near. Your weariness is not a sign to give up. It's a sign that you've come far. The enemy only resists what threatens him, and your obedience is a threat to every power of darkness. Keep moving forward. You say, but I feel empty. I say, you are being emptied so I can fill you with something greater. You say, but nothing's changing. I say, I am working beneath the surface. You say, I'm not strong enough. I say, my strength is being made perfect in your weakness. So take the next step, even if it's shady, even if it's small. Every step forward is sacred. Every step forward is honored in heaven. Don't underestimate what I'm doing in the hidden. I've been preparing things you cannot yet see. The right door is about to open. The right voice is about to call. The right moment is about to break forth. But I need you to keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep sowing even through tears. For what you sow in pain, you will reap in joy. I am not far. I am in your breath, your thoughts, your heartbeat. You are closer than ever to your release, your reward, your resurrection. Do not retreat. Do not let fatigue speak louder than faith. You are not wandering. You are arriving. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned to breathe deeply. Let this truth settle in your bones. You are closer than you think. Heaven is moving. Angels are aligning. Doors are creaking open. And I, your God, am watching, waiting, and walking beside you until the moment it all unfolds. Stay the course. You're almost there. You've drawn near, my child. You felt the whisper of breakthrough in your bones. Now let me use you to bring that same nearness to someone else who is still holding on by a thread. Every super thanks, every membership, every seed you sow through giving is not charity, it's warfare. It is manna for the hungry, light for the lost, a trumpet in the night. I told you, give, and it will be given to you. And I never lie. You've said, Lord, I want to be used. This is the moment. This is the way. Support this mission now, so another weary soul can hear me say, you're closer than you think. I will bless your gift. I will mark your obedience. I will multiply what leaves your hand and return it as fire in your future. Now give. Do. And let your offering awaken eternity. PayPal donation link is in the description below. You've come this far, do not silence what my spirit is still speaking. If you pause here, you will leave with echoes instead of impartation. It wounds my heart when you hear my voice but do not follow it to completion. I have so much more to reveal, more ground to break, more truth to awaken. This is not just about you hearing me, it's about you honoring what I'm giving you. Stay close. I am still speaking. And the next word could be the one that breaks the chain you've battled for years. You search for me in cathedrals, in sermons, in sacred songs, but have you looked within? I do not dwell in temples made by human hands. I have chosen your heart as my sanctuary. Not the version of your heart that is polished and pristine, but the real one. The one marked by scars, secrets, longings, and doubts. That is the place I call home. I have not come to visit you. I have come to reside, to remain, to abide forever. I do not require grand performance or flawless devotion. I require surrender. What I desire most is a heart that makes room for me, not out of obligation, but out of love. I knock at the door, not to demand entry, but to extend an invitation. Will you open? Will you allow me not just into the visible places, but into the locked chambers, the rooms you've closed because of fear or shame? I already know what's behind every door. Still, I long to enter and dwell there, not to condemn, but to cleanse and restore. Guard your heart, for it is sacred ground, not because you are perfect, but because I have chosen to place my presence within you. From it flows your identity, your destiny, your authority. The world will try to pull your affections in every direction, but you must choose where your allegiance lies. If you let the noise of the world take root, your peace will wither. But if you let my word take root, you will flourish even in drought. Let me dwell in purity, not polluted by bitterness, unforgiveness, or compromise. I do not force holiness upon you, I empower you to walk in it. Holiness is not a burden, it is freedom. When you purify the space of your heart, my presence can flow without hindrance. That is where miracles are born. That is where transformation begins, not in outward displays, but in the hidden places only I can see. Invite me into your thoughts. Welcome me into your emotions. Let me shape your desires until they align with mine. I am not distant. I am dwelling. Every time you quiet your soul to hear me, I am speaking. Every time you open your heart in worship, I receive it like incense. You are not a vessel to be used and discarded. You are a temple to be filled and glorified. Now listen, if I live within you, You do not walk into any room alone. You carry my power. You radiate my peace. You host heaven inside your skin. So live from that truth. Let it govern your choices, your conversations, your dreams. You are not common. You are consecrated. Your heart is my dwelling place, and I have made it holy with my presence. You think it's too late. You've counted your mistakes, tallied your failures, and come to the conclusion that I must be done with you. But I tell you now, lift your head. My grace still covers you, not partially, not conditionally, fully, freely, drivu. Your sins do not scare me. Your shortcomings do not surprise me. I knew them before you committed them, and yet I still chose to call you, to redeem you, to cover you with a love that never ends. I do not withdraw from brokenness. I move toward it. My mercy is not a limited resource. It is renewed every morning, flowing fresh like the dawn that never fails. You have not exhausted my kindness. You have not worn out my patience. My grace is not fragile. It is fierce, unwavering, and relentless in its pursuit of your restoration. I do not merely forgive, I restore. I do not just erase the stain, I rewrite the story. Stop rehearsing your regret. Stop disqualifying yourself from what I've already declared. I do not consult your past to determine your future. When I look at you, I see the righteousness of my Son. I see the covering of the blood that was shed for you. My grace is not passive, it is power. Power to rise again. Power to walk free. Power to live without the shadow of shame. You say, but I failed again. And I say, my grace is still sufficient. You say, I don't deserve this. And I say, that's why it's called grace. I am not looking for perfection. I am looking for surrender. When you come to me broken, I do not push you away, I draw you close. I bandage the wounds. I silence the accuser. I remind you that your name is still written on my hands. Stand not in shame. Stand in redemption. Walk not with your head down, but with the confidence of one who is deeply, eternally loved. Grace does not ignore sin. It overcomes it. Grace is not a license to continue in darkness. It is the light that leads you out of it. Let it cleanse your conscience. Let it reset your identity. Let it give you the boldness to approach me, not as a slave fearing wrath, but as a child embraced by love. Now rise. Take off the garments of guilt. Put on the robe of righteousness I've tailored for you. I have not revoked your calling. I have not erased your purpose. My grace still covers you, and because of that, your story is far from over. When the winds rise and the earth shakes, when promises seem delayed and fear whispers in the dark, where is your faith anchored? Is it grounded in emotions that change with the day, or is it secured in my eternal word that never fails? Faith, my child, is not about feeling. It is about foundation. It is not built in the absence of storms, but proven in the middle of them. I never promised a life without waves. I promised you would not be consumed. I did not say the fire wouldn't come. I said it wouldn't burn you. But for that to be true in your experience, your faith must be anchored not in outcomes but in me. Circumstances shift. People fail. Expectations crumble. But I remain. Anchor your soul in the one who never moves. Faith sees beyond the visible. It hears my whisper above the noise. It remembers my faithfulness in the silence. Do not let doubt build its house in your mind. You have the mind of Christ. Use it. Speak to fear and remind it who reigns. Speak to the storm and declare who is in your boat. I am not shaken by what surrounds you, and if I am with you, Neither should you be. Do not anchor your faith in answered prayers alone. Anchor it in my nature. I am good, even when the outcome isn't what you hoped for. I am sovereign, even when you don't understand the plan. I am present, even when you cannot feel me. That is the maturity I desire, to trust me when the evidence is lacking, to cling to me when clarity is distant. When your soul feels tossed by uncertainty, dig deeper. Let my word hold you like an anchor in the deep. Let my promises be the bedrock you build your life upon. Faith is not the absence of questions. It is the refusal to abandon truth while waiting for answers. Hold fast. The storm will pass, but what remains must be unshakable. Anchor yourself in my word daily. Speak it. Declare it. Believe it. My word is alive, it penetrates, it defends, it guides. Do not wait for peace to find you. Pursue it in my presence. Do not wait for the battle to end. Worship in the middle of it. Your faith is not fragile. It is forged in fire. It is refined through resistance. And I am guarding what I've placed within you. So ask yourself again, where is your faith anchored? If it is in me, you will not drift. You will not be broken. You will rise, even after the storm. And when the winds calm, you will see that I was with you the whole time. Do not lay down your sword. Do not build a bed where you fell. What knocked you down was not your ending. What broke your stride did not cancel your destiny. I saw the symbol. I heard the silence that followed. I witnessed the moment you stopped believing you could get back up. But listen closely now, my child. Rise again. I am not finished with you. I have never defined you by the fall. I define you by the rising. The righteous one may fall, but I command them to rise. What wounded you will not rule you. What delayed you will not disqualify you. My hand has not left you. My spirit has not withdrawn. I have not changed my mind about you. I knew every mistake you would make when I first called you, and I still said yes. I still say yes. The shame that clings to you is not from me. Shame immobilizes. I restore. Guilt chains. I release. What you lost can be recovered. What you broke can be mended. But only if you stand. Only if you let me help you to your feet. Stop waiting to feel worthy. Stop waiting for circumstances to align. I am not asking for perfection. I am commanding obedience. Let go of the grave clothes. They no longer belong on you. The tomb you've been living in was never meant to be your home. I speak resurrection over you. Not just of body, but of courage, of calling, of conviction. You are not stuck. You are not too far gone. You are not unusable. Every chapter you thought ended in failure can be rewritten with my power. Rise, not by your might, but by my spirit. Rise not by pretending, but by repenting. Let the truth cleanse your soul. Let my word reframe your vision. Let worship become the sound of your returning. There is still breath in your lungs. There is still oil in your lamp. There is still territory waiting to be taken. I do not retire my warriors. I refine them. I relight the flame that was never truly extinguished. So come out of despair. Shake the dust from your feet. Pick up your mantle again. Your past is not your master. Your weakness is not your identity. I am the one who restores, revives, and recommissions. You are not merely surviving. You are being summoned into purpose again. This is not the end of your story. This is the page that turns. This is the voice that breaks the silence. This is the hand reaching into the pit. I am that voice. I am that hand. And I say now with divine finality, rise. Look down, my child. What do you see? It may not seem like much to you. A talent, a word, a resource, a connection. But what you call small, I call significant. I am not asking you to bring what you do not have. I am asking you to recognize what I've already placed in your hands. Your breakthrough begins not when you acquire more, but when you activate what you already carry. The enemy wants you paralyzed by comparison. He whispers that you're unqualified, unequipped, uninspired. But I see treasure in your hands. I see answers wrapped in what you've been overlooking. I am the God who multiplies loaves and fish, who turns staffs into signs, who transforms oil into overflow. I do not need much. I only need surrender. What you release, I will multiply. What you hold back, I cannot bless. You've been waiting for the right time, but I tell you, the time is now. Use what I gave you. Speak what I placed in your mouth. Build with what I placed in your grasp. Move with what I poured into your spirit. You were never empty. You were never abandoned to fend for yourself. Even in your dry seasons, I hid provision within you. Do not underestimate faithfulness in small things. Every seed you plant in obedience will produce a harvest. Do not bury your gifts beneath insecurity. Do not hide your calling behind excuses. Step forward. Open your mouth. Stretch out your hands. Act in obedience even when you cannot see the full picture. I bless motion. I honor risk rooted in faith. You say, but I'm afraid I'll fail. I say, obey anyway. You say, what if it's not enough? I say, I am the God of more than enough. You say, but I only have a little. And I say, little in my hands becomes legacy. Start now. Write the vision. Share the word. Love the one in front of you. Mentor the soul I've brought near. Give the give. Launch the work. Create with courage. Every action of obedience opens doors you cannot see yet. I do not require clarity. I require trust. I will bring me increase, but only when you take the first step. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Look again at what you carry. Your hands are not empty. Your purpose is not suspended. Your calling is not postponed. I placed tools in your grasp long before you knew their value. Now use them, and watch me multiply what seemed insignificant into something eternal. Do not drift now, not when you are standing in the fire of my refining love. I am drawing you deeper, not out of demand, but because I see what still needs to be awakened within you. If you walk away, your heart may forget what your spirit has begun to receive. This isn't entertainment, it's encounter. I am unfolding a blueprint for your deliverance, for your destiny. Don't abort the process. Stay with me. I am still shaping you. Be alert now. The enemy does not always come with force. He comes with suggestion. He twists truth until it sounds like wisdom. He distorts reality until it feels like your own voice. That is why I say to you now, guard your mind. Guard your ears. Guard your atmosphere. The war for your destiny is weighted in your perception, and deception is his first weapon. He will not always attack your body, he will attack your identity. He will whisper that you are unloved, unworthy, unchosen. If you do not recognize that voice for what it is, you will begin to repeat it as your own. But hear me, I have given you the mind of Christ. I have equipped you with the authority to silence the serpent. My word is your sword, and truth is your shield. Use them. The enemy's goal is not simply to tempt you. It is to get you to agree with a lie. Because once you agree with it, you begin to build your life around it. But I am calling you into alignment. not with emotion, not with culture, but with truth. And truth is not an opinion. Truth is a person. I am the truth. And in me, there is no deception, no distortion, no shadow shifting. So confront the lies. Do not entertain them. Speak against them. Speak my promises out loud. Declare my word until it becomes louder than your thoughts. Saturate your environment with worship. Turn off what pollutes. Step away from what deceives. You are not defenseless. You are fully armed. Do not wait until the lies become beliefs. Uproot them now. Identify them with precision. Replace them with my declarations. You are not hopeless. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. Every time you expose a lie, you reclaim territory. Every time you reject deception, you strengthen your spiritual frame. I gave you authority, not to simply survive, but to conquer. I gave you discernment, not to just notice evil, but to dismantle it. Your mind is a battlefield, but you are not a victim. You are more than a conqueror through me. Now take up your weapons. Armor yourself daily. Speak like a soldier. Think like a victor. Move like one who is not deceived. You will not be taken out by lies, not on my watch. But you must rise in truth. Guard your gates. Reject what does not align with my word. Let light expose every hidden scheme. And walk forward. Eyes open, heart steady, mind fortified. Be vigilant now. Open your eyes. The battle is not metaphorical, it is real. Though unseen by the natural eye, you walk daily through a war zone where destinies are hunted, callings are contested, and souls are weighed in the balance. Your adversary is not imaginary. He is not idle. He prowls, searching, studying, waiting for the unaware to grow sleepy in spirit. You cannot afford to slumber. The hour is late, and the urgency is holy. What you tolerate in distraction, he exploits in destruction. Every neglected prayer becomes an unlocked gate. Every compromised conviction becomes an open door. That is why I urge you, stay watchful. Keep your lamp trimmed. Let your oil be fresh. Do not settle for borrowed fire. Cultivate intimacy with me that cannot be extinguished in darkness. I have not left you vulnerable. I have armored you with righteousness, with truth, with salvation, with peace, with faith, and with the sword of my spirit. But armor is only effective when worn, not admired. Put it on daily. Do not wait for the enemy's strike to prepare for war. Be proactive in resistance. Be relentless in discernment. Be unmoved in your vigilance. Watch over your heart. Guard your mouth. Examine your thoughts. What begins as small compromise always seeks expansion. Sin rarely enters with a shout. It creeps in through silence, excuses, and delay. Stay alert. Examine your atmosphere. What you allow into your life carries influence. Choose carefully what you entertain. Deception often wears the face of familiarity. Do not be lulled by comfort. Do not confuse stillness with safety. Even in peace, remain armed. Your awareness is your advantage. The enemy flees from those who remain alert. He cannot overtake what he cannot deceive. Fill your mind with my word. Fill your spirit with prayer. Worship is not decoration. It is a weapon. Grace is not a filler. It is a fortress. Use what I have given you. Let intercession rise. Let discernment be sharpened. Let holy hunger consume what apathy tried to numb. I am returning for a watchful bride, not a distracted one. Do not let the oil of your spirit run dry. Do not sleep while the thief moves. Stay awake. Stay engaging. Stay ready. The enemy roams, but I reign. He schemes, but I see all. He plans, but I prevail. If you remain in me, no trap can ensnare you. No scheme can destroy you. No shadow can silence you. I am the shepherd who never sleeps. I am the king who never abdicates. I am with you, but I require your watchfulness. Stand on the wall. Blow the trumpet. Life is one awake. The time is now. Guard the flame I've placed within you, and let nothing extinguish what I have ignited. You cannot live by opinions and expect to walk in truth. You cannot navigate the storm by the compass of culture. You must return to the one thing that never bends, never lies, never fails: my word. My word is not decorative poetry for the spiritual. It is the plumb line of your life. It is the mirror that reveals, the sword that divides, the light that exposes. Let it judge your position. You say, but I feel I'm doing well. Feelings are deceptive. They change with the winds of circumstance. You say, others think I'm fine. People can only see what is external. But I see the motives, the intentions, the hidden places no man can access. My word discerns what your emotions disguise. It separates truth from illusion, purity from pretense, obedience from appearance. Let me show you where you stand, not by comparison to others, but by the measure of my righteousness, not according to your convenience, but according to my commands. I am not interested in image, I am interested in alignment. Where are your feet placed? What is beneath your convictions? What is holding the weight of your calling? You must let my word define your location before you can walk in your destination. Stop measuring yourself against a culture that is blind. Stop justifying compromise through consensus. Let the fire of Scripture refine your vision. Read it not just to gain knowledge, but to be recalibrated. Let it confront your inconsistencies. Let it adjust your course. Let it reestablish your footing when the storm tries to sway you. My word is not a background hum. It is a trumpet. It does not soothe sin, it uproots it. It does not whisper comfort where conviction is needed. It declares truth without apology. Let it pierce. Let it divide. Let it do its holy work. If you yield to it, it will not condemn you. It will realign you. It will show you the way back when you've drifted without realizing it. Be not a hearer only. Be a doer. Application is where revelation becomes transformation. Obedience is the mark of those who truly know me. Many quote my word, but few live it. Be one who lives it. When it costs, when it hurts, when it stretches, that is where my power flows freely. Let every opinion bow. Let every emotion yield. Let every false foundation be exposed and removed. This is not about perfection. It is about posture. Come back into alignment. Let the standard of my word reframe your perspective. Let it sharpen your discernment. Let it govern your responses. Let it correct, cleanse, and confirm. I do not judge by outward appearance. I judge by the standard of truth. And truth is not subjective. It is eternal. My word does not evolve, it endures. Anchor yourself in it. Allow it to challenge and change you. Let it be your map, your mirror, your measure, and you will not be shaken. You were never created for the valley of complacency. You were not fashioned to survive in shallow waters. There's more, and I'm still calling you higher. You may have paused your pursuit, but I have not withdrawn my invitation. You may have grown weary, distracted, or content with surface encounters, but I am not content. I know what I place within you. I know the mountaintop is your inheritance, not the foothills of safety. Leave the crowd. Come out. There are revelations I reserve for those who ascend. There are secrets I share only with those who hunger for more than comfort. I am not abreast with attendance. I long for abandonment. Let go of the excuses, the attachments, the distractions. You cannot climb while clinging to what I've asked you to release. Holiness is not legalism. It is alignment with my presence. You feel the stirring, don't you? That sense that you were made for more. That's not ambition. That's awakening. That is my spirit igniting the embers that once blazed. I am not condemning you. I am awakening you. Your spirit is responding to the upward call. The invitation remains. But you must move. Higher ground requires discipline. It requires intentionality. It requires sacrifice. But it also brings clarity, intimacy, authority. The higher you go, the less the noise below can distract you. The clearer your vision becomes, the more my voice resounds. You do not need more information, you need elevation. You do not need another confirmation. You need consecration. I have more to show you. I have more to speak. I have more to entrust. But I reveal my treasures to those who value them. Come into the secret place again. Climb past apathy. Climb past compromise. Let your hunger grow louder than your habits. Let your desire outweigh your convenience. I do not shout to those at a distance. I whisper to those who draw near. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. You are not too weak. I am not calling the strongest. I am calling the willing. If you move toward me, I will lift you. If you ascend, I will meet you. If you stretch your hand, I will pull you higher. This is your invitation to leave the familiar and step into fire, the fire of deeper encounter, of holy transformation, of unshakable identity. Rise now. Shake off the dust. Refuse the plateau. Come out of the crowd. Climb the mountain of intimacy. You were made to dwell in my presence, not visit occasionally. There is more purity, more authority, more power, more revelation. And I will withhold nothing from the one who seeks me fully. You have not seen your greatest days. You have not reached your ceiling. You have not exhausted my depths. I am still calling. I am still waiting. I am still reaching. Now come. You've come far, but you're not finished. You've endured wildernesses, climbed mountains, and walked through valleys shadowed with doubt. You've questioned your strength, wrestled with surrender, and wondered if you were truly chosen. But now, my child, I ask you to stop looking behind. Forget what is past. Lay down the weights of yesterday's mistakes and yesterday's victories. You cannot walk forward while gazing backward. Your next chapter does not depend on what was, it depends on what is. And what is me. I am your beginning and your end, your source and your destination. You do not move alone. You move in me. I do not tell you to walk in your own strength. I tell you to walk in mine. I go before you. I walk beside you. I guard your rear. Every step you take under my covering is divinely appointed, protected, and empowered. Do not hesitate because of what you feel. Obey because of what I have spoken. Now stand. Stand not in pride or pretense, but in the full awareness of who you are in me. You are not timid, not lost, not abandoned. You are established. You are anchored. You are armored. Your foundation is not made of sand. It is carved from the immovable rock of my truth. No force of hell can overturn what I have built in you if you remain in me. I did not train you in secret so you would shrink in public. I trained you so you would step out and shine. Let courage rise now. Let hesitation fall like chains to the ground. Take the mantle I've placed upon your shoulders. Wield the authority I've placed in your voice. Use the wisdom I've poured into your spirit. Every scar you carry is a testimony, not a weakness. Every lesson I taught you in the dark was preparation for the days ahead. The world is not waiting for your perfection. It is waiting for your obedience. Do not delay. The time for indecision is over. The hour is urgent, and you were appointed for such a time as this. Your light is needed in the places that seem most hopeless. Your voice is a trumpet that carries heaven's tone. Your presence shifts atmospheres because I dwell in you. This is not your moment to question whether you are ready. I have already said you are. And when I declare it, no other voice can revoke it. Take that first step. Step out of the fear that kept you confined. Step past the failure that tried to define you. Step over the doubt that whispered you were not enough. You are more than enough when you move in me. Doors will open not because you force them, but because I go before you. Provision will meet your feet as you walk. Revelation will meet your eyes as you trust. And power will meet your hands as you serve. This is your moment. This is your instruction. This is your release. Do not just believe, move. Do not just worship, go. Do not just stand, advance. The past is covered. The present is anointed. The future is secured. You are not moving into uncertainty. You are walking into fulfillment. So I say again, with all authority in heaven and on earth, now, stand in me and move forward. Let nothing stop you. Let nothing silence you. Let nothing pull you backward. Your season is now. Your ground is firm. Your God is with you. Oh, I am already waiting at your next step. You stood in me. You've heard my command to move forward. But now, I am calling you to take one more step for someone else. Your gift today becomes a doorway for another soul to rise. Every membership you join, every super thanks you give, every offering through PayPal is not about helping a platform. It's about carrying my voice into prison cells, hospital rooms, silent cars, and sleepless nights. I am the God who said, "Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed," and I do not speak without power. You said to me, "Lord, send me." And I say to you now, I am. Your obedience in this moment is a prophetic seed. He opens the heavens over others and over you. Now act. Partner with me. Click below, sow the gift, and let this word run like fire across the earth. You will find the PayPal donation link in the video description. Now pause, my child. Let what you've heard sink deep into your spirit. Don't rush past this moment. Let my words echo louder than your fears, louder than your failures, louder than every voice that tried to define you. Look at where you are, not by the measure of men, but by the miracle of grace. You are standing in victory. You are positioned in purpose. You are no longer wandering, you are walking forward in me. Now I ask you, speak it. Say it aloud. Proclaim what I have declared over you. Write it in the comments. Inscribe it on your heart. Declare it out loud. I know where I stand. I stand in Him. I rise, I move, I advance, because I am not finished. My past is behind me. My purpose is before me. My God is within me. Don't let this be just a message you watched. Let it be a moment you marked. Use your voice. Take your stand. Claim your ground. And if you felt the fire stir within you, I invite you, comment with faith. Type I stand in him below. Let the world and every unseen force know. You are no longer shrinking, no longer hiding, no longer second-guessing your place. You are established. You are anointed. You are rising. Now speak it. Declare it. Live it. I am with you, and this is just the beginning. I am calling you to a sacred pause, a stillness that feels foreign in your hurried world. Listen now, not with your ears, but with the deepest part of your soul, for it is I. I am asking you to halt. I see the pace you keep, the relentless momentum that pulls you from morning until night, leaving you breathless and weary. You run, trying to outpace the anxiety about tomorrow, convinced that if you just work a little harder, worry a little more, you can finally get ahead of it all. I see the pressure you carry from your work, a weight on your shoulders so constant you've almost forgotten it's there. You feel it in the tension in your neck, in the tightness of your jaw. It's the silent demand to be more, to do more, to never be enough. That pressure is not from me. I am here with you, in the middle of it all. I hear the unspoken words in your home, the quiet friction, the tensions that hang in the air that you pretend not to notice but that drain your spirit. You long for peace, for an easy fellowship, but it feels distant, complicated. And I feel that deep, hidden ache within you, the one that whispers you have been overlooked, forgotten. You give so much, you try so hard, yet you feel your efforts vanish into thin air, unseen and unappreciated. My precious one, I see it all. I see you. And that is why I am calling you to stop. This moment, right now, is not a worldly interruption. It is not another task on your to-do list, another notification demanding your attention. This is a divine appointment. Consider this the quiet pause before a storm finally breaks, the deep, steadying breath you take before you face a challenge that you know will change everything. We are in that sacred space together, you and I. I need you to still your heart before me. All those voices in your head, the deadlines, the financial worries, the constant replay of conversations you wish had gone differently, the fear of what the future holds, they are a deafening clamor. That internal noise is not your guide, it is your prison. I want you to picture all of it as a loud, crowded room. Now, take my hand. Let us step out into the quiet hallway together, just for a while, and close the door on that noise. Let my voice be the only one you hear. In this silence, I have something of eternal weight to reveal to you, something about where you truly stand. It's a truth so profound it can anchor your soul and shift your entire perspective. This is not about condemnation. It is about clarification. In the sacred stillness, right here with me, I want my clarity to be born within you, washing away the fog of fear and confusion. Breathe in. Feel my presence wrapping around you. This pause is my gift to you. Receive it. My child, I have spoken the first part of our conversation. Read these words, let them settle deep within your spirit, and tell me if this is the path you wish for us to continue on. I am here, and I await your response. Now that we are still, I want you to consider something vital. Look down, not with your eyes, but with your heart. Think about the very ground beneath your feet, the foundation upon which you have built your life. For so long, you have been trying to stand on shifting sand, and you wonder why you feel so unstable. You have built your sense of security on the flimsy floorboards of people's approval, and you are terrified when they creak and groan. You have tried to stand on the crumbling ledge of your own strength, your own intellect, your own ability to control outcomes, and you are exhausted from the constant effort of holding it all together. You have placed your hope in your job, in your bank account, in a relationship, believing these things could hold you up. But what happens when the job is threatened? When the money runs low? When the people you rely on let you down? You sink. The ground gives way. That knot in your stomach, that feeling of free-falling panic when circumstances change, that is the feeling of sinking sand. But the ground where I have you standing now, in this moment with me, is different. Feel it. This is bedrock. This is my unchanging word and my eternal promises to you. Feel the solidity of it. It does not tremble when your emotions quake. It does not crack when the pressure of the world mounts against you. It does not wash away when the storms of life rage. For years you have treated my promises as hopeful ideas, as comforting words, but not as the very reality you stand upon. I am inviting you to change that now. I am the rock of ages, the firm foundation that can never be moved. When you build your life on me, you are building on something eternal. When you stand on my truth that I love you, that I have forgiven you, that I am with you, that I am working all things for your good, you are standing on unshakable ground. I want you to test it. Let your full weight rest here. Lean into my promises with everything you have. Surrender your need to find stability elsewhere. I can hold you. I will not fail you. Every other ground, everything else you have ever tried to stand on, is sinking sand. It is time to stop building there. It is time to stand, truly stand, upon your Redeemer. From this solid place, I want you to look back with me. Do not be afraid. We are not going back to dwell in the pain, but to understand the journey that brought you here. Remember that season of darkness, the one where you were utterly convinced the sun would never rise again on your life. You remember the loneliness so profound it felt like a physical weight on your chest, making it hard to breathe. You remember the fear that came with the doctor's report, the betrayal that shattered your trust, the failure that filled you with a shame so deep you could barely look at yourself. You walked through those valleys of shadow, and you were terrified. You felt abandoned. But I want to correct your memory, my child. You felt alone, but you were never for a single second alone. I was with you. My hand was on you even when you could not feel it. Every tear you cried into your pillow in the dead of night, I saw, and I collected. They were precious to me. Every whispered, desperate prayer that you thought was lost to the silence, I heard as a triumphant shout in the courts of heaven, for it was the sound of my child reaching for their father. I was the good shepherd who sought you in the rocky depths of your despair. When you were too weak to take another step, it was I who carried you. Now, from this vantage point of solid ground, I want you to turn around and look. See how far you have climbed. See the place of your despair, now far below you. The ascent was grueling. There were days you were certain you could not go on, that the climb was too steep, the path too treacherous. And in your own strength, you were right. You couldn't. But my strength was made perfect in your weakness. Every time you thought you would fall, my grace was there to hold you up. This view you have now, this place of stability where you stand, was not an accident. It is not a place you stumbled into by luck. It was forged in the fire of a journey that we, you and I, walked together, hand in hand, every step of the way. Do not forget the path, for remembering the journey is what gives this present moment its glorious weight. As you look back on that journey, you see the scars. I know you do. Do not turn away from them. I want you to look at them closely, with me beside you. I see the healed wound from that relationship that ended in heartbreak. I see the mark left on your confidence from that project that failed, that business that closed. I see the invisible wounds, the deepest ones, left by careless words spoken over you in anger or dismissal, words that told you that you were not enough. For so long, you have looked at these scars with shame. You have tried to hide them, to pretend they don't exist, believing they are signs of your failure, your weakness, your brokenness. But today, I am giving you a new perspective. Listen to me, my beloved. Those are not marks of shame. They are monuments to my grace. They are your trophies. Each one tells a story that must be told. It is the story of a battle that was fought, and a victory that was won. It was my victory, won through you. These scars testify to a watching world, and more importantly, they testify to you. They are undeniable proof that what the enemy intended for your utter destruction, I have masterfully and wonderfully turned for your good. They shout to everyone who sees the light in you that you are a survivor, that you are resilient beyond measure, because your Redeemer lives. You are living proof that wound can be healed, that a heart can be mended, that a life can be restored. So I command you, do not hide them anymore. Do not speak of them with a whisper of embarrassment. They are the evidence of your strength and the irrefutable proof of my redemption. Your survival, my child, was never in question. From the moment you gave your life to me, it was hidden with Christ in God. You were safe in my arms all along, even when you felt you were bleeding out on the battlefield. Those scars are the beautiful, rugged texture of a life lived in faith, a testament to a warrior who is still standing. And now, turn your attention from the past to this present moment. Look at yourself as you stand here. I know how you feel. You feel vulnerable, exposed. You feel the chill of the world's indifference and the sharp winds of criticism. You feel unprepared for the spiritual battles that rage around you and for the subtle temptations that seek to trip you up. But the way you feel is not the reality of who you are. I want you to see yourself as I see you. You do not stand defenseless. At this very moment, you are clothed in my divine might, wrapped in spiritual armor so real and so powerful it makes the armies of this world look like children playing with toys. This is not a metaphor, it is your reality. I want you to feel it now. Feel the weight and strength of the helmet of salvation on your head. It is what guards your mind from the lies of the enemy, the thoughts that spiral into anxiety and despair. It keeps your thinking aligned with my thoughts of hope and a future. Sense the breastplate of righteousness covering your chest, protecting your heart. This is not a righteousness you earned. It is a gift from me, the very righteousness of Christ himself. It shields your heart from the piercing arrows of accusation and shame, reminding you that you are accepted and loved. Feel the belt of truth fastened securely around your waist. It is my unchanging word that holds you together when you feel you might fall apart. It is your core strength. In your hand, I want you to spiritually lift the shield of faith. See how large and strong it is. This is what you raise when those flaming arrows of doubt, fear, and insecurity come flying at you. They hit the shield and are extinguished instantly. You are not a target, you are a fortress. You are not naked in this battle. You are not unprepared or ill-equipped. I have personally and powerfully armed you for victory. You stand fully equipped, right here, right now, for the very place in which you stand. My child, pause here with me. Can you feel the truth beginning to settle in your soul? We have laid the foundation, but there is so much more I yearn to show you about the company you keep and the very atmosphere you breathe. It would grieve my heart for you to turn back now, content with only a glimpse of your armor, when I long to reveal the fullness of the kingdom you belong to. Do not stop. Stay with me a little longer. What I have to say next is vital for your peace. One of the enemy's oldest and most effective lies is that you are alone. He whispers it to you in the night. No one understands what you're going through. You are isolated in this struggle. You have been abandoned. Today, in this holy pause, I am going to shatter that lie into a million pieces so that it never holds power over you again. I want you to look around, not with your physical eyes, but with the eyes of your spirit. You are not standing alone. You are standing in the midst of a vast and glorious company. See them now, a great cloud of witnesses. All those who have gone before you, the saints, the martyrs, the ordinary men and women who stood on this same rock and fought their fight of faith. They have finished their race, and now they fill the grandstands of heaven, and they are cheering you on. They know the struggle, and they know the victory that awaits. Closer still, my holy angels, powerful warriors of light, are encamped all around you. This is not a storybook fantasy. It is a spiritual fact. They are dispatched from my throne to guard you, to protect you from dangers you will never even see, and to minister to your weary soul. And even closer than the angels, my very own Holy Spirit, your comforter, your advocate, your counselor, and your guide, dwells within you. He is the constant whisper of truth in your heart, the fire that fuels your faith, the peace that settles your spirit. You are never without my presence because he has made his home in you. And look beside you. You stand shoulder to shoulder with millions of your brothers and sisters in the faith across this earth, a global family bound by my blood. Many of them are facing the very same fears, praying the very same prayers as you at this exact moment. And above all of them, beyond all of them, and closer to you than your own breath, I am. I am with you. I will never, ever leave you or forsake you. So let this truth sink into the deepest part of your being. Wherever you stand with me and with all of heaven at your back. You are not, and you never will be, alone. Now that you know who you stand with, I want you to discern the very air that you are breathing. Just as you can feel the physical weather, the biting cold, the oppressive humidity, the gentle warmth of the sun, there is a spiritual climate that surrounds you. You know this. You walk into your workplace on a Monday morning, and you can feel it. The air is thick with stress, with the unspoken fear of deadlines and the pressure to perform. You turn on the news or scroll through your phone, and you breathe in the smog of the world's anxiety, its anger, its division. That atmosphere clings to you. You carry it into your home, into your interactions, and before you know it, you begin to mistake that toxic climate for the only reality. You find your own heart growing anxious, your spirit becoming heavy, because you are breathing contaminated air. You have been acting like a thermometer, merely reflecting the spiritual temperature of whatever room you are in. If the room is fearful, you become fearful. If it is tense, you become tense. But that is not who I created you to be. I have made you a thermostat. You, my child, carry my presence within you, and because of that, you have the authority to change the climate wherever you stand. You are not a victim of the spiritual atmosphere. You are my agent to transform it. This is a truth I need you to grasp with both hands. When you walk into a room filled with gossip and negativity, you do not have to participate. Your silence, filled with my peace, can purify the air. When you are in a situation simmering with tension and unforgiveness, your simple words of grace, your choice to not take offense, can release the calming presence of my spirit. This is your power and your calling. So I am commanding you to become aware of your own spiritual breath. Right now, in this moment, I want you to practice. Breathe in deeply. As you do, know that you are breathing in my grace, my love, my unending peace. Now breathe out. As you exhale, release praise, release hope, release a quiet blessing on those around you. With every conscious breath, you are a spiritual thermostat, recalibrating the atmosphere from fear to faith. Do this when you wake up. Do this in your car before you go to work. Do this before you walk through the door of your own home. You carry the weather system of my kingdom within you. Start changing the forecast. As you stand here, my child, clothed in my armor and surrounded by a great company, there is something else that you carry, something you are often completely unaware of. You carry a measure of my own glory. I know that word sounds heavy, even intimidating. In your mind, you imagine glory as an unbearable, shining light, a weight that would crush a mere mortal. But you must understand what this truly means. My glory is not a burden that crushes. It is a substance that empowers. It is the weight that gives you spiritual gravity, that makes your life significant in the unseen realm. It is my very presence, my character, made tangible in and through you. And it is heavier and more real than any trouble you will ever face. You ask, how did I get this? You did not earn it, but you have participated in its creation within you. My word tells you that your present trials, which you experience as so heavy, are in reality light and momentary. And what are they producing for you? They are achieving for you an eternal weight of glory that is beyond all comparison. Think of this. Every time you chose to trust me in the darkness, a particle of glory was added. Every time you chose to forgive when you were wounded, the weight increased. Every time you stood on my promises, when your feelings screamed otherwise, you became more substantial in the spirit. This glory is what shines from within you. It is the light people see in your eyes when you speak of me. It is the unexplainable peace you carry in a crisis, the warmth they feel when you show them a simple kindness. It is my presence in you, becoming visible to a searching world. You were created to reflect my image, and this is what that means. Do not shrink from this high calling, but you must carry it with profound humility. Understand that this light, this weight, is not your own. It is my gift, my life in you. The moment you believe it originates with you, the moment you take credit for it, it begins to dim. Your task is not to generate the light, but simply to be a clean lamp. Stay close to me, keep your heart pure, and my glory will shine through you, drawing others out of their own darkness into my marvelous light. I want you to look down again, my child. Look at the rock you are standing on. Do you see what is flowing from it? I want you to see it with your spiritual eyes. There are streams of living water gushing forth, flowing to you and all around you. For too long, you have been living with a mindset of scarcity, a theology of not enough. You have been looking at your own empty hands, your own limited resources, and your heart has been filled with fear. Will there be enough money to pay the bills this month? Will I have enough strength to get through this week? Will I have enough wisdom to handle this difficult person? Will I have enough love to give to my family when I feel so drained? You have been staring at your own empty cup, and it has made you thirsty and afraid. Today, I want to remind you of my name. One of my names is Jehovah Jireh, the Lord who provides. This is not just something I do. It is who I am. Your very position, standing on me, is a position of abundant, unending supply. You must shift your focus from your lack to my infinite resources. And understand, my provision is not just the money you need. That is the smallest part of it. I am your provision of peace when your mind is in chaos. I am your provision of physical strength when your body is weak and weary. I am your provision of supernatural wisdom when you have no idea which way to turn. I am your provision of patience when you are at your limit. I am your provision of love when your own heart feels empty and broken. This world offers you cracked cisterns, broken wells that promise fulfillment but always leave you thirstier than before. You have tried to draw water from the well of human approval, from the well of worldly success, from the well of material possessions, and your soul is still parched. I am inviting you now, I am commanding you to stop. Stoop down, right where you stand, and drink freely from the wellspring of my grace that is flowing at your feet. Every single need you have, spiritual, emotional, relational, and financial, is met, not according to your economy, but according to my glorious, inexhaustible riches in Christ Jesus. You stand in a river of my supply. Start drinking. My child, now lift your eyes. Stop staring at your immediate problems, which loom so large before you. Stop looking only at the ground at your feet. I want you to lift your head and gaze upon the horizon that stretches out before you. What do you see? For many, the future is a frightening, empty void, a thick fog of uncertainty that causes the heart to seize with fear. But that is not your horizon. I want you to see your horizon as a magnificent canvas, and I, your God, have painted it from end to end with the vibrant colors of my promises to you. See them now. See the promise that I will never leave you nor forsake you, shining like the morning sun. See the promise that I will be your strength and your shield, a mighty fortress in the distance. See the promise that I am working all things together for your good, a golden thread woven through the entire landscape. See the promise that I will finish the good work I started in you, a seal of completion on the far shore. Every promise I have ever spoken in my word is a lighthouse on your horizon, a fixed point of light to guide you safely through any storm. And you must understand this. These promises are not wishful thinking. They are not maybes or perhapses. My word declares that all the promises of God find their yes in my Son, Jesus. They are certainties. They are done deals. From where you stand today, you are on the very precipice of their fulfillment. The territory that lies before you is promised land. That future that you cannot see, the one that tempts you to worry and fear, is already fully known and securely held in my hands. I know the path. I know the challenges. And I know the glorious destination. Therefore, I command you today to walk forward. Move with a settled and holy confidence. Not a reckless arrogance based in your own ability, but a deep, unshakable confidence based entirely on my character and my faithfulness. The path ahead of you is paved with it. You only need to take the next step. You have seen the horizon of my promises stretching out before you, a future held securely in my hands. Now, I am inviting you to help me extend that horizon for another soul who is still lost in the fog, unable to see the path forward. In your heart, you have praying, use me, Lord. This is how I am answering you now. When you give, you are not just supporting a video. You are building a lighthouse on a distant shore so another child of mine can find their way to the solid ground where you now stand. Every super thanks, every membership you join, is a seed of light planted in this digital field that I, the Lord of the harvest, will multiply into souls. I told you, give, and it will be given to you, and my word never returns empty. This moment is a divine appointment. Your response will release a wave of my grace far beyond what you can see. For your faithfulness, I will open the windows of heaven over your own life. Now act. Give through super thanks. Become a member, or use the PayPal link in the description and partner with me in paving the way for others. Beloved, you have seen the horizon and the provision I have for you. But this is only the view from the shoreline. I am about to invite you into the throne room itself, to see your life from my own perspective. To stop listening now would be to turn your back on this sacred invitation. It would wound me deeply to see you satisfied, with earthly sight when I am offering you a heavenly vision that can change everything. Continue with me. A most transformative view is yet to come. Everything we have discussed so far, the ground you stand on, the journey behind you, the armor you wear, the company you keep, we have viewed from your perspective on earth. It is a vital perspective. But now, I am inviting you to a change of vantage point so profound that it will alter the very nature of how you see your life. I am inviting you, right now as you listen to me, to see where you stand not from your place on earth, but from your position in heaven. This may sound impossible, but it is the deepest truth of who you are. My word tells you that because of your faith in Christ, you have been raised up and you are currently seated with Him in heavenly places. This is not a metaphor for something that will happen one day. It is your spiritual reality this very moment. You are in two places at once. Your feet are on the rock on earth, but your spirit is seated with me here. From this viewpoint, from my throne room, the things that overwhelm you look completely different. I want you to try. In your mind, come and sit with me. Now look down at your life. That problem at work that consumes your every waking thought. From here, it is but a tiny speck on a vast map. That person who has the power to intimidate you. From here, they are seen in their true stature, just a person, as frail and needy as anyone else. That fear of the future that stalks you like a giant. From here, you see it for what it is, a powerless shadow with no substance. When you are on earth, you feel you are trapped in the middle of your problems. But from here, you see the truth. You are seated far above them. From this vantage point, you can finally see the grand tapestry I am weaving with your life. On earth, you only see the messy underside, the tangled threads, the confusing knots. But from here, you see the glorious pattern. You see how every joy, every sorrow, every victory, every delay is being woven together into a breathtaking masterpiece. Your current position in life is not a random accident. It is a precise, strategic, and vital placement in my eternal plan. And from this perspective, you do not see the struggle as the main event. You see the victory, which has already been won. Hold this perspective. It changes everything. My child, from this heavenly perspective, there is something else you must realize about the place where you stand. You do not stand there as a mere spectator. You are not a powerless pawn on a cosmic chessboard, hoping that the circumstances of life fall in your favor. That is a lie whispered by the enemy to keep you passive and afraid. The truth is this: you stand with delegated authority. When my Son ascended into heaven, He did not take all power and authority with Him, leaving you empty-handed. No, He looked at His followers, men and women just like you, and He said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me." Ever good. He has entrusted you with a portion of that authority. He has given you the keys of the kingdom. What does that mean for you in your everyday life, with your real-world problems? It means you are not helpless. When you stand before a situation that is filled with darkness, the strife in your family, the hopelessness in a friend's life, the spirit of fear that permeates your workplace, you are not required to simply endure it. You have the authority, in my name, to command a change. My word says you have the power to bind and to loose. This isn't abstract theology. It is practical spiritual warfare. When you see anxiety crippling someone you love, you can say, "In the name of Jesus, I bind that spirit of fear." When you see a situation starved of love and grace, you can pray, "Father, I lose your spirit of peace and reconciliation into this home." You are a gatekeeper. This authority is not reserved for a special class of super saints. It is your birthright as my forgiven and empowered child. So I command you, stop acting like a victim of circumstance. Start walking like the victor I have made you to be. Your words, when they are aligned with my word and spoken in faith, carry immense power. They do not return to me empty. Look at the sphere of influence I have given you. I am calling you to stand in your God-given authority and bring the reality of my kingdom to the earth right where you are. Now I want you to think about time. You are so often consumed by the immediate pressures of this moment, this day, this week. Your vision is limited to getting through the current crisis. But from where you stand right now, you are building something that will outlast you by millennia. You are building your eternal legacy. Every choice you make from this standing point, every decision to trust me instead of fear, every quiet act of obedience, every word of kindness spoken when you would rather be silent, each one is a stone you are laying in a foundation that will stand for eternity. I need you to feel the weight of this. Your life is not a temporary, meaningless vapor. It is a construction site for eternity. Think of it this way. When you choose faithfulness today, when you choose to forgive that person for the 1,000th time, when you choose to give generously when you feel you have little, it is like dropping a heavy stone into the still pool of eternity. The ripples you create go on, far beyond what your eyes can see. You are impacting generations you will never meet. When you decide, this cycle of anger in my family stops with me, or this pattern of anxiety will not be passed down to my children, you are literally altering the future. You are changing the spiritual inheritance of your bloodline. My word speaks of building on my foundation with 2 types of materials, wood, hay, and straw, which are temporary and burn away, where gold, silver, and precious stones, which are refined by fire and endure forever. When you live for your own comfort, your own reputation, your own ease, you are building with straw. When you live for me, through acts of sacrificial love and faith, you are building with gold. I am calling you to live for more than this fleeting moment. Life for the testimony you will leave behind. Your very life is a letter from me to the world, a living epistle, and it is being read by everyone around you. What story do you want it to tell? Oh, my child, we have looked at your position from many angles. Now, I want you to be brutally honest with me and with yourself. Look at the baggage you have dragged with you to this spot. I told you that my yoke is easy and my burden is light, but I can see you are straining under the weight of the bags you refuse to put down. Let's look inside them together. What is in this first one? I see it clearly. This is the heavy suitcase of past regrets. It is filled with all the what-ifs and if-onlys. You unpack it every night and sift through the contents, tormenting yourself with mistakes that I have already forgiven and forgotten. I am commanding you now. Drop it. Let it fall from your hands. When you insist on carrying it, you are silently telling me that the cross was not enough. My forgiveness is Tuval. Accept it and lay that burden down. And what is this other heavy bag you are clutching? This is the one filled with anxiety about the future. It is overflowing with all the worst-case scenarios you have imagined for your health, your finances, your children. You are trying to carry the weight of the next 10 years, but I have only given you grace and strength for today. You cannot bear that weight, nor were you ever meant to. You must hand that bag to me. I am already in your tomorrow, and I promise you, I have it completely under my control. And then there is this one, perhaps the heaviest of all. It is the rough sack filled with the offenses you hold against others. It is filled with bitterness, resentment, and the memory of every time you have been wronged. You think that by holding on to it, you are punishing them, but you are the one chained to it. It is a sea anchor, holding you back from the future I have for you. In my authority and out of my deepest love for you, I am commanding you to open your hand and let it go. Forgive, just as I have so richly forgiven you. Now, feel that. Feel the lightness. Stand up straight, unburdened. You were created to walk free. As you stand there, my child, unburdened and free on this solid rock, can you feel something new rising up from the depths of your spirit? Be still and listen. In the quiet of your heart, a new melody is beginning to form. It is a song that I myself have placed on your lips. It is the psalm of the redeemed, the anthem of the rescued, the music of the restored. For some, it is a quiet, gentle hum of profound gratitude that brings tears to the eyes. For others, it is a loud, joyful shout of deliverance that cannot be contained. For you, it is the unique and authentic sound of your spirit finally responding to the truth of my overwhelming goodness in your life. You must give it voice. Why should you sing? Because you are standing on redeemed ground. You were once sinking in the sand, but now you stand upon the rock. You were once lost and wandering in the dark valley, but now you stand on the sunlit vantage point. You were once wounded and left for dead on the battlefield, but now your scars sing of my healing power. You were once an orphan, utterly alone, but now you stand surrounded by the entire company of heaven. How can you be silent in such a place? To be silent would be the ultimate act of unbelief. I command you today, let your worship declare my reality. Do not hold it in because you are afraid of what others will think or because you feel your voice is not good enough. Your praise is a powerful weapon. It sends the enemy fleeing in confusion and pushes back the oppressive darkness. Your praise is also a healing balm. It soothes your own soul and reminds your weary heart of the truth when feelings try to lie to you. When you do not know what to pray anymore, just sing of my goodness. When you feel that old fear creeping back into your heart, lift your voice and sing of my faithfulness. Sing of where you stand, for you are standing in the land of the living, breathing the air of freedom only because of me. You feel the lightness now, don't you? The burden is gone, the song is rising. You hold the authority I've given you. But authority must be understood to be used correctly, and a song must be sung from a place of true identity. It would disappoint your father so deeply if you were to walk away now, leaving the keys I have given you lying in the dust, the song of victory dying on your lips. Do not grieve my spirit. Let me teach you what it means to be my citizen, to truly live in this freedom. Stay. There is more you must know. There is one final, fundamental truth about where you stand that changes the entire meaning of your existence on this planet. While your feet are planted firmly on the soil of this earth, your true citizenship, your ultimate allegiance, is not here. Your passport has been stamped by heaven. Your king sits on a heavenly throne. Your true, eternal home is with me. You must begin to think and act like this is true. You are an ambassador. You are a representative of a different and superior kingdom, living out a temporary assignment in a foreign land. You are not a citizen of this world. You are a citizen of heaven. This truth must change everything for you. It means you must stop desperately trying to adopt all the customs and values of this temporary world. This world's culture values power over others, but my kingdom's culture values serving others. This world's culture is obsessed with getting more, but my kingdom's culture is centered on giving away. This world's culture celebrates self-promotion and fame, but my kingdom's culture honors humility and hidden faithfulness. Your primary allegiance is to me and to the ways of my kingdom, not to the fleeting trends and frantic anxieties of the culture around you. I have not placed you here to simply blend in, to be absorbed into the world's way of thinking, just to survive until you die and come home. That is a terrible waste of your life. I have placed you here as a colony of heaven, an agent of my government, tasked with the sacred mission of bringing the culture of your true home to the foreign land you inhabit. Where you find strife, you are to bring my government of peace. Where you find sorrow, you are to bring my culture of joy. Where you find injustice, you are to demonstrate my righteousness. When you finally grasp this, it changes why you stand and how you stand. You are no longer just trying to protect your own little life, your own reputation, your own comfort. You are standing as a bold, gracious, and loving representative of the King of all kings. And that gives you a purpose that is infinitely greater than your problems and a dignity that this world can neither give to you nor ever take away. My child, your standing before me is the most critical reality of your existence, but it is not a private matter meant only for you. The security and grace you find at my feet must change the ground on which you stand with others. From this place of clarity, I want you to turn your gaze to your relationships. How do you stand with the people in your life? The solid, unshakable, vertical connection you have with me must be reflected in your horizontal connections with those I have placed around you. You cannot say you are standing rightly with your Father in heaven if you are content to stand wrongly with your brother or sister on earth. Be honest with me now. I see the broken fence between you and that family member. It was damaged by harsh words and hardened by pride, and for years, you have both been content to glare at each other through the gaps. I see the quiet bitterness you hold in your heart toward that person who disappointed you, that friend who betrayed your trust. You offer them a polite smile, but inside, the ground between you is a toxic wasteland of resentment. I have not called you to be an isolated island of personal holiness. I have called you to be a peacemaker, a restorer of broken things, a bridge builder. You, who have received immeasurable grace and a forgiveness so complete it has erased your eternal debt, are now commanded to become a conduit of that same grace. It must flow through you. I am not suggesting. I am commanding you to begin the work of mending those fences. Be the first to reach out. Be the one to swallow your pride and say, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Extend the forgiveness that you yourself have received it, not because they deserve it, but because I require it of you for your own freedom. Look at the people in your life not as sources of irritation, competition, or inconvenience, but as the primary soil in which the fruit of my Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, is meant to grow. Your standing with me is proven, not by your loud psalms in a crowd, but by your quiet acts of service and your humble pursuit of peace with those around you. Now, my child, there is a word I want you to erase from your vocabulary when you think about your life, and that word is accident. You must stop believing that your current circumstances are a mistake. You look at your job, your family situation, your city, your health, and you think, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. This is a detour. This is a holding pattern until my real life begins. That is a profound lie from the enemy, designed to make you waste the very season I have ordained for you. The truth is, I have placed you here. Why here? In this specific time in history, in this specific culture, this specific network of relationships. This is not a mistake. This is a divine deployment. For such a time as this, I have brought you into the kingdom. You look around and you see limitations. I look around and see a strategic post. You feel stuck. I see you perfectly positioned for my purposes. There are people in your life who may never darken the door of a church, who would never listen to a sermon, but they watch you every day. They see how you handle pressure. They see how you respond when you are wronged. They see the hope you carry in the face of sorrow. You are my letter to them, a living, breathing story of my goodness. There are tasks that need doing, words of encouragement that need to be spoken, and acts of kindness that need to be shown in places only you have access to. I am commanding you today to stop longing for a different assignment, a more glamorous post, an easier life. To do so is to despise the very ground I have consecrated for you. Embrace your divine assignment, right here, right now. Bloom where I have planted you. Be faithful in this exact spot with the people in front of you today. You do your part. I will provide the sun, the rain, and the growth. Your job is not to be everywhere, but to be fully present and obedient right where you stand. I must be perfectly clear with you, my beloved. To stand for me on this rock, in this world, will often mean that you must stand in the wind. A life built on the unshakable truth of my word will inevitably face opposition from a world that is built on the shifting sands of lies and self-interest. You must be prepared for this. The world will not understand why you choose forgiveness over revenge. It will not comprehend why you choose humility over self-promotion. It will not value your integrity when a compromise could offer a shortcut to success. Your faith may be called weakness. Your hope in what is unseen may be called foolishness. Your love for your enemies may be seen as madness. I am telling you now, do not be surprised by this. Do not be dismayed or discouraged when this happens. It is not a sign that you are failing. It is the confirmation that you are standing on a different foundation altogether. My son told a story about a wise man who built his house on the rock. He said the winds would blow, the streams would rise, and the storms would beat against that house. He did not promise that the storm would not come. He promised that the house would not fall. The opposition you face is not proof of my absence, but an opportunity to prove the strength of your foundation. When those winds of opposition begin to howl, the critical comment, the unfair judgment, the rejection from those you thought were on your side, your human instinct will be to brace yourself and stand in your own strength, to defend yourself. I am telling you to do the opposite. Lean into me. Let my strength be your windbreak. Let my presence be your shield. Every gust of adversity is not meant to topple you over, but to force your roots to grow even deeper into me, your rock. So stand firm, my child, not in your own power to endure the storm, but in the calm and settled assurance that the one who is in you is infinitely greater and more powerful than the storm that is in the world. I want you to look over your shoulder one more time, not to linger in regret, not to be haunted by the ghosts of your past, but to look with a new set of eyes, the eyes of revelation. I want you to scan the entire path of your life, from your earliest, faded memories up to this very moment where you stand. As you look, I want you to search for the one constant, unchanging theme of your story. It is there, woven through every joy and every sorrow, every success and every failure. It is the trail of my grace. See it now. It looks like a shining, golden thread woven through the entire fabric of your life. See it in your moments of foolishness, when you made a decision you were sure had ruined everything. Look closely now and see my hand, gently redirecting your path, turning your dead end into a new beginning, transforming your greatest mistake into your most profound lesson. See that golden thread in your seasons of deepest grief, when you felt you were drowning in sorrow and I felt 1,000,000 miles away. Look again. See the friend I sent with a word of comfort. See the unexplainable strength I gave you to simply get out of bed one more morning. See how I held your heart together when you were sure it would shatter. Every single time you stumbled, my hand was there to catch you before you fell completely. Every moment of paralyzing confusion was pierced by the quiet light of my truth, showing you just the very next step to take. My faithfulness to you has never been dependent on your faithfulness to me. It is the unwavering theme of your life. It has followed you, pursued you, and carried you every single day. I want you to let this backward glance accomplish one thing in your soul right now. I want it to fill you with a wave of overwhelming, breathtaking gratitude. The very fact that you are still standing here today, listening to my voice, is a miracle of my grace from start to finish. You have looked back and seen the undeniable, golden trail of my grace that has followed you to this very moment. And now, I am calling you to become a part of the trail of grace in someone else's story. You've asked me how you can possibly repay such a love. You cannot repay it, but you can regift it, and this is your chance. Your support is not for a channel. It becomes a stream of living water flowing from your testimony into the desert of another's despair. Every gift allows my voice of grace to find another child who believes they are too broken to be restored. I am the one who supplies seed to the sower, and as you sow this seed of grace, I will increase your own resources and produce a harvest of righteousness in your life. This moment of gratitude is your call to action. Do not let it pass. I will see your gift, and I declare that as you pour out grace, a sevenfold measure of my favor and protection will be poured out upon you. Now obey the nudge of my spirit. Use Super Thanks, join the membership, or find the PayPal link below, and become a testament of my grace for another soul. My child, you have looked back and seen the undeniable trail of my grace that has led you to this very moment. It is a beautiful and staggering sight. But this grace was not given to you just for your own comfort. It is fuel for the mission that lies directly before you. To stop here would be to admire the gift but refuse the calling that comes with it. It would break my heart to have brought you this far, through so much, only for you to miss the very purpose of it all. Do not turn away. Let me show you the fields that are waiting for you. All right, my child. You have looked back and you have seen my grace. And now, from this solid and elevated vantage point, I want you to look out. Look out at the world around you. Your tendency is to see it with the world's eyes, a place of chaos, a hopeless tangle of problems, a source of fear and anxiety. I am commanding you to see it as I see it. When I look at the world, I see a vast and beautiful field, and it is ripe and ready for harvest. There are so many souls who are lost, who are standing on the same sinking sand that you once called home. They are building their lives on things that are crumbling beneath their feet, and they are terrified. There are so many who are thirsty, desperately trying to draw water from the world's broken wells, and they are coming up empty every time. They are searching for a rock. They are searching for living water. And you, my beloved, have found both. Your life, your story, your testimony of my grace. These are the very seeds that I desire to sow in that field. And I desire to sow them through you. You think you have nothing to offer, but you are wrong. Your simple, honest story of how I met you in your dark valley, of how I healed your painful scars, of how I am your firm foundation, that story is more powerful and more persuasive than 1,000 eloquent sermons from a stranger. The world is not looking for perfect people, it is looking for redeemed people. Do not be overwhelmed by the scale of the need you see. That is the enemy's trick to paralyze you into inaction. You are not responsible for harvesting the entire field. I am the Lord of the harvest. But you are responsible for the small patch of ground right in front of you. Focus on the one soul I place in your path today. The coworker with a hidden sadness in her eyes. The neighbor you know is going through a difficult time. The family member who feels so far from me. Your job is not to fix them or to convert them. Your job is to love them and to share what I have done for you. You are my laborer, and I am calling you to step into the glorious, joyful work of bringing in my precious harvest. My beloved child, as you stand in this place, I need to adjust your spiritual posture. For a long time now, you have been standing flat-footed, braced for the next disappointment, the next blow, the next piece of bad news. It is the posture of a victim, of someone who has been let down so many times they no longer dare to hope for good things. You pray, but you do it with a heavy heart, half convinced your prayers will bounce off the ceiling. You have grown cynical as a form of self-protection. You tell yourself, if I don't expect anything good, I won't be disappointed when it doesn't happen. This is not faith, my child. This is a fortress you have built around your heart, and it is starving your soul. Today, I am calling you out of that defensive crouch. I want you to shift your stance. I want your posture to be one of active, expectant hope. I want you to stand on tiptoe, craning your neck, looking for my goodness to break through at any and every moment. Your hope is not to be wishful thinking, like a child vaguely hoping for a new toy. That is a flimsy, powerless thing. The hope I give you is the confident, settled, and joyful expectation of my goodness, because it is rooted in the certainty of my character. You know I am good. You know I am faithful. Therefore, you can expect good and faithful things from me. I am commanding you to start expecting me to move. When you wake up in the morning, I want your first thought to be, I wonder what good thing my Father will do today. Expect my favor in your interactions at work. Expect moments of unexpected joy. Expect healing to continue in your heart and in your relationships. Let this confident hope be the anchor for your soul. As my word says, firm and secure. When the waves of doubt and disappointment crash against you, this anchor will hold you steady. Stop living as if you are waiting for the other shoe to drop. Start living as if you are waiting for the heavens to open. Live every day as if it could be the day I do something amazing in your life, because it just might be. In the quiet of this holy assessment, in this pause from the noise of your life, there is one final, crucial thing you must do. You must listen. Not with the casual attention you give to the world, but with the focused, deep attention of your spirit. I know you have been looking for me. You have been searching for a sign, for a grand and spectacular display of my power that will erase all your doubts. You want a booming voice from heaven. You want an earthquake that shakes your foundations. You want a blazing fire of an experience to prove that I am with you. And I can do all of those things. But I must teach you how I most often speak to my children. As I showed my beloved and weary prophet Elijah, I am not in the great wind, the earthquake, or the fire. My voice is most often heard in the still, small whisper. This gentle whisper is my primary language with you, but your life is too loud for you to hear it. The volume of the world's fears, your own internal anxieties, and other people's opinions have been turned up so high that they have drowned me out. My whisper is the quiet nudge in your spirit to call that friend who has been on your mind. It is the sudden, unexplainable peace that settles over you in the middle of a chaotic day. It is the scripture you have read 100 times that suddenly seems to leap off the page, shimmering with a personal meaning just for you. I am speaking constantly, my child. I have not been silent, but you have not been still enough to hear. So I am inviting you now, in this moment, to practice. Tune your spirit to my frequency. What am I whispering to you right now, in this place of quiet? I am whispering your true name, beloved, forgiven, chosen, mine. I am affirming my unconditional, unwavering love for you, a love that has nothing to do with your performance today. And I am giving you your marching orders, not for the next 5 years, but for the very next step you need to take. This connection to my still, small voice is your lifeline. Guard it. Cultivate it. It is the most vital connection you will ever have. My child, before we can move a single step forward from this place, we must establish the most fundamental, non-negotiable truth of your entire existence. This truth must become the very air you breathe, the bedrock beneath the rock on which you stand. I need you to receive this, not just in your head, but in the deepest part of your being. Listen to me. There is therefore now no condemnation for you, because you are in Christ Jesus. Let those words wash over you. No condemnation. Zero. It is gone. The slate is not just clean, it has been completely erased. The record of your wrongs does not exist in my courtroom. The accuser, the enemy of your soul, despises this truth, and his primary strategy against you is to make you forget it. He is the voice of shame. He loves to whisper in your ear, replaying your most embarrassing mistakes. He highlights your present flaws and weaknesses. He constantly reminds you of your past, holding it up to you as evidence that you are unworthy, a failure, a fraud. His entire goal is to weigh you down with a burden of guilt so heavy that you feel you cannot even stand before me, let alone walk with me. And for too long, you have listened to him. You have mistaken his accusing whisper for my voice, or for the voice of truth. But I am telling you now, that voice of shame is a liar, and it is not from me. I am your Redeemer, not your accuser. The enemy has no legal ground to stand on in your life, because every sin, every failure, every shortcoming, past, present, and future, has been paid for in full by the precious blood of my Son. When I look at you, I do not see your sin. I see the perfect, flawless righteousness of Jesus, which I have wrapped around you like a royal robe. It is a free gift. Therefore, I command you to stand up tall in the glorious, breathtaking freedom of a completely and eternally forgiven child of the King. When that voice of condemnation comes, you must answer it. You must speak the truth and say, I am not condemned. I am forgiven. My Father loves me. I am a child of God. This is not arrogance, my beloved. This is simply agreeing with me about who you are. Because you stand free from condemnation, your entire identity hath been forever changed. This is not just a change in your legal standing, it is a change in your family status. You are not just my servant, whom I command. You are not just my friend, with whom I share my heart. You are my child. You have been adopted into my very own family, with all the rights and privileges that come with it. And because you are my child, you are also my heir. I need you to let the colossal weight of that word, heir, settle upon you. Think about what it means. You are a joint heir with Christ himself. This means that everything that belongs to my beloved Son, by right, now also belongs to you, by grace. You are destined to inherit all things. The immeasurable, inexhaustible riches of heaven are in your spiritual bank account, waiting for you. How should this staggering reality change the way you stand on this earth, today? This temporary position you find yourself in, with all its fleeting struggles and limitations, is like a brief, uncomfortable layover on a journey to a magnificent and eternal home. Your true inheritance, as my word promises, is imperishable. It can never spoil or be destroyed. It is undefiled. It can never be tainted by sin or corruption. And it is unfading. It will never lose its beauty or its glory. And it is being kept safe and secure in heaven for you. Knowing this must change the way you live. It should fill your soul with a dignity and a joy that your daily circumstances cannot possibly touch. You are heavenly royalty, living incognito for a short while in a foreign land. Why would you grovel for the scraps of this world's approval? Why would you panic over the temporary loss of its trinkets? You have an incalculable, eternal inheritance awaiting you. This hope is not a fantasy to help you cope. It is the truest thing about your future, and it has the power to transform the way you view every temporary trial and every fleeting pleasure of this life. You are an heir of the King. Start living like it. We are now standing on the most holy ground of all. Your identity is my forgiven and cherished heir. You are free from all condemnation. You are poised to receive an eternal inheritance. To stop listening at this point would grieve me more than you know, for it would be like a child, having been told they are royalty, choosing to live in the servants' quarters. We have come too far together to break this sacred connection now. Let me show you the strength that is found in stillness and the final, breathtaking truth of who I am. Stay with me until the very end. My child, I know you. You are a doer, a striver. When a problem arises, your first instinct is to act, to fix it, to make a plan, to fight. This drive and diligence can be a gift from me. But now, I want to teach you about one of the most powerful and misunderstood postures you can take as you stand in this world. Sometimes, the strongest, most courageous, and most effective thing you can do in the face of an overwhelming battle is to be completely and utterly still. To be still and to know, in the core of your being, that I am God. Your immediate reaction to a crisis is often a flurry of panicked activity. You strategize, you worry, you make countless phone calls, you exhaust every human option you can think of. But I must tell you, some of the battles you are facing are not yours to fight. In fact, your frantic, fearful efforts often do nothing but get in the way of the supernatural victory I am waiting to win for you. My word promises you that in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. It says the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. I want you to understand that this stillness is not passive resignation. It is not giving up. This stillness is an act of profound and defiant faith. It is the posture of you looking at an impossible mountain, a financial crisis, a health diagnosis, a broken relationship, and declaring to all the forces of heaven and hell, in my own strength, I cannot move this. My own wisdom cannot solve this. But I know the one who can. And so I will be still, and I will watch my God work. I am calling you to learn the holy art of waiting on me. It is a powerful and necessary spiritual discipline. The next time you feel that familiar wave of panic begin to rise in your chest, I command you to stop. Hold your frantic efforts. Take a deep, slow breath and whisper this truth to your own soul. He is God, and I am not. I will be still. And then watch, with expectant hope, as I move the mountains that you could never budge. My child, you so often think of your life as small. You look at the overwhelming problems in the world, the vastness of human suffering, and you feel utterly insignificant and powerless. This feeling of helplessness is a tool of the enemy to keep you from recognizing the truth. I want to correct the thinking right now. From the very spot where you stand, a circle of influence emanates from you, like the steady, concentric ripples from a single stone dropped into a still pond. This circle touches your family, and touches your workplace. It touches your neighborhood and your friendships. This, my beloved, is your kingdom. It is not small. It is the specific sphere of influence that I have sovereignly and strategically given to you. I have called you to be the salt of the earth. Think about what salt does. It does not make a loud noise. It does not draw attention to itself with flashing lights. It works quietly, almost invisibly. As seasoned, it preserves, and it creates thirst. This is a picture of your influence. Your quiet, consistent integrity in a dishonest workplace preserves the standard of truth. Your decision to show kindness to a difficult neighbor seasons their bitter life with the flavor of my love. Your unshakable hope in the face of your own private trials creates a deep thirst in the people watching you, making them wonder about the source of your strength. You have been believing the lie that you need a platform, a title, or a large online following to make a real difference. That is the world's definition of influence, not mine. Your most powerful sermons are preached in the quiet moments, through your patience when your children are trying, through your choice to not participate in gossip, through your faithfulness to your commitments. I am commanding you to be faithful in the small circle I have given you. Stop worrying about changing the entire world. Instead, be salt and light in your world, with the people I have put in front of you today. If you are faithful with this radius, I will expand it. Your simple, honest presence, filled with my spirit, has the power to change eternal destinies. Within this circle of influence, I have given you a specific and sacred responsibility. You are not just a resident, you are a guardian. Every one of my children stands as a watchman at a gate, tasked with the holy duty of protection. You must understand what these gates are. First and foremost, you must guard the gate of your own heart. My word is clear that from your heart flow the very springs of life. You must become a vigilant gatekeeper, carefully examining what you allow to enter your inner world. You cannot leave the gate of your heart wide open to every fear the news cycle offers, to every bitter offense someone tries to hand you, or to every lie the enemy whispers about your identity. You have the authority to deny entry to these things. You are the guardian of your own peace. But your watch does not end there. You are also called to guard the gate of your home. Through your prayers and your dedication to me, you establish a spiritual perimeter of protection around your family. You are the one who largely determines what influences are allowed to cross the threshold, what comes through the television, the internet, the friendships your children make. This is a high and holy calling. And beyond your own heart and home, you must guard the truths of my word against the persistent lies of the age. The world will constantly try to twist my truth, to water it down, to call what is good evil, and what is evil good. You must stand firm as a guardian of what is pure, what is right, what is true. I am telling you all this so that you will be vigilant and sober in your spirit, because your adversary, the devil, is prowling around like a roaring lion, looking for one thing, an unguarded gate. Do not be lazy in your watch. I have not given you this responsibility to burden you, but to empower you. I have placed you as a guardian, and I will give you all the supernatural strength and discernment you need to stand your post effectively. We have done a thorough assessment, my child. You have looked at where you stand, where you have been, who you are, and what you are called to do right in this place. Now we come to the question that is burning in the center of your heart. What do I do next? Where do I go from here? You desperately want me to unroll a detailed map of your entire future. You want the 5-year plan, the 10-year projection, the guarantee of the outcome. But that is not how I work. And I do it for your own good, because if you had the whole map, you would put your trust in the map instead of putting your trust in me, your guide. So I will not reveal the entire staircase that stretches out before you. But I make you this solid promise. I will always illuminate the very next step. Look down. Right now, in your life, that next step is becoming clear. For you, it may be a step of pure faith, to finally apply for that job, to start that ministry, to do the thing you feel utterly unqualified for. For another, it may be a step of raw obedience, to finally apologize to that person, to make that difficult phone call, to follow through on the promise you made to me in prayer. For some, it may be a step of immense courage, to have that conversation you have been avoiding for months, to speak the truth in a situation where it is not welcome. For many, it is a step of profound forgiveness, to finally release the offense that has become your bitter and constant companion. Whatever it is, do not be afraid of it. It is not a leap into utter darkness. It is a step into a circle of my light. My word is a lamp for your feet, and it is lighting up this specific path. I am not behind you, pushing you. I am beside you, with my hand holding yours, and I am leading you forward. The magnificent journey of 1,000 miles that I have planned for you begins with this single, simple, obedient step from where you stand today. I ask you now, will you take it with me? My child, we have come to the end of our conversation, and we arrive now at the final and most important truth of all. After everything we have discussed, the ground, the journey, the armor, the legacy, the next step, I want you to understand that ultimately, it matters far less where you stand, and infinitely more who you stand with. So now, I am asking you to do one last thing. I want you to look away. Look away from your circumstances, whether they are good or bad. Look away from your past, as redeemed and grace-covered as it is. Look away from your future, as promising and secure as it is. Look away from your armor, your authority, and the legacy you are building. I even want you to look away from yourself, from your own efforts to stand strong. In this final, holy moment, I want you to fix the eyes of your heart entirely and completely upon me. Look upon me, the author who wrote the first word of your story, and the finisher who has already penned the glorious final chapter. Stand in awe of my majesty, the one who holds the universe in the palm of his hand and yet knows the number of hairs on your head. Stand in awe of my holiness, a fire so pure and so perfect that the angels must cover their faces in my presence. Stand in awe of my power, the very same power that spoke galaxies into existence, that parted the Red Sea, and that conquered sin, death, and hell through the resurrection of my Son. And most of all, my beloved, I want you to stand in awe of my immeasurable, unconditional, and intensely personal love for you. In the light of my presence, everything else fades into its proper, smaller perspective. Your biggest fear becomes insignificant. Your greatest earthly accomplishment is rightly seen as a gift that came from me. Your deepest confusion is swallowed up by my infinite wisdom. This, my child, is your truest and highest standing. It is not a position you achieve through your striving, but a state of being that you receive by my grace. You are a beloved child, standing now and forever held in the loving, smiling gaze of your Father. Stand here now. Rest here now. This is who you are. This is where you truly stand. As you stand here, my child, in quiet awe of who I am giving you an opportunity to help another soul lift their eyes from their crushing circumstances and gaze upon me. Your heart cries out, "Let your glory be known, Lord." This is me, inviting you to be the very vessel through which my glory shines into the world. Your gift does not build a platform. It builds an altar, a sacred space online where another lost child can come and stand in my presence, perhaps for the very first time. Think of your support as holy oil, anointing this message so it can carry the fire of my spirit into the darkest corners. I promise that if you honor me with your wealth, then your barns will be filled to overflowing. When you honor me by helping others see me, watch how I honor you in return. This moment of worship is your moment of commissioning. Because you have chosen to reflect my glory, I will cause my glory to rest upon you, bringing peace and divine alignment to all that concerns you. Now act in worship. Give through super thanks or the membership button, or use the PayPal link in the description, and let your awe of me become an action that leads others to stand in awe as well. My child, our time of deep conversation here is drawing to a close, but my presence with you is everlasting. We have journeyed together, from the valleys of your past to the heavenly perspective of your present. You have seen the solid ground beneath your feet, the armor that clothes you, and the glorious company that surrounds you. You now know, with a clarity that stills your soul, where you truly stand. This truth is not meant to be a fleeting feeling. It is meant to be the new foundation for the rest of your life. Now I invite you to seal it. Take what has been whispered to your spirit and proclaim it with your own hands. In the space below this message, where many of my children gather in faith, I want you to make your declaration. Let your words be a monument to this moment, an anchor for your soul. Testify to your new standing. Declare with boldness by writing, I stand on the rock. Let your testimony be, I stand forgiven and free. Proclaim to the heavens, today I stand in faith, not in fear. We're simply and powerfully right. Father, I stand with you. Do not see this as a small act. Your written words are a powerful act of faith. They are a declaration to your own heart, silencing the old voices of doubt. They are a testimony to your brothers and sisters who read them, strengthening their own resolve. And they are a sound of victory in the unseen realm, a proclamation that you know who you are and whose you are. I will see your declaration. I will receive your worship. Now go and walk every moment in the beautiful, powerful truth of where you stand. I am with you always. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.